Tube Review.
Tony Tubes, everybody.
Tony!
What was that? What's up, everybody? You hear me in the back? Oh yeah, I can hear you too. Alright, well, I'm going to do something a little different. Last time a bunch of the comedians did some like little kind of short takes and stuff like that, so I'm going to do that tonight. And it's going to be called Tubes, Short and Curlies. And starts off, you ever have a poop on your butt? And you're just like kind of going about your day, and then you realize you got a poop on your butt like around the same time that you're standing in your kid's classroom telling all the kids about your profession. And you're just kind of sitting there like, well, in your head you're kind of like, well, I'm obviously not a professional ass wiper because this shit's squidgy. And then you get to the fucking bathroom and you get there and you're like, oh, here we go, man, let's get this shit done. And then you get there and there's nothing there. And it's a mix between, relief, but kind of disappointed too, just a little bit because you were waiting for it. Let's see. I'm just going to ask this question. Maybe, if you have the answer, you can, tweet me or something. But is there a classy way to ask a woman if she's off her period? I don't know. I hope I can find one someday, though, because it never comes out classy for me. But I see Hillary Clinton. She's up and around in Wisconsin right now, my old stomping ground. Hillary Clinton uses her right hand a lot when she's up there and she's doing shit. Use her right hand this, right hand that. But all I can think of is how presidential that right hand might have been at one point in time. All right. Can you imagine if Hillary wins? Sitting behind the Oval Office desk like, gross. Let's get one of those black lights in here from fucking Geraldo. See what's going on and shit. Fuck. Vote for Bernie. But I have a friend. The other day she come over to my house and she's like, "Well, I'm on antidepressants now. I got some happy pills and shit, right?" And she pulls out this little pill, and it's tiny. It's the tiniest pill I ever saw. And she just looks at me and she sincerely says, "I just feel like my sadness is bigger than this." I don't know. I thought that was funny. I laughed my ass off. Also, another thing, women, I don't know, but, and I'm not trying to do this in a derogatory way, but another word for vagina, penis pocket. It just sounds fun. I love penis pocket. Sounds good. Sounds good. What else we got on here? Oh yeah, so my kids are watching Sesame Street the other day. And they're like, "Daddy, come in here, we're just singing the ABCs." And I come in there and Jenny McCarthy's on Sesame Street singing the ABCs. Well, thank you, Jenny McCarthy. My kid's like, "Look, Dad." I'm like, "I know." And in the back of my mind, all I can sit there and think of is, I've seen her butthole before. And she's singing ABCs with my children. Thank you, Jenny McCarthy. So I heard, I didn't go to the circus. Anybody go to the circus? Not one. That's awesome. I heard that they're not doing elephants again next year. And I was like, you kind of have that mixture in your head, like, oh, that's good. But, we're not going to have elephants anymore at the circus. That's a national fucking pastime. But you think about it, like 100 years ago, what they might have had the same feelings about, like lynchings. When they abolished lynchings, they're sitting there and they're just like, well, that's good. We shouldn't be hanging people anymore, but, what are we going to do on Friday night now? But later on, 100 years from now, they might be looking back at us like those evil motherfuckers, dude, riding around on elephants and shit. So everybody's talking about Pornhub, so I'm going to talk about Pornhub a little bit too. In my entire sexual career of my life, I've been told one thing, and that is, when it comes to vaginas, the tighter the better, right? But then you go on Pornhub and you see like the top 20 searches for the day, and it's always like gaping, fisting, monster cocks, horse cocks. And I just feel like there's some misrepresentation of information there for me. Because I don't know. Take a census. Take a Facebook census on that. Hold on, I gotta switch over here. So, also, I think I want to see what Like when the next Mr. Universe is crowned, I want to see him go up against actual beings from the entire universe and see what happens. I don't know, I think that'd be fun. Just like I think Roy Ball would be fun. Every single sport has a sister sport called Roy Ball. And every single athlete can be on as many steroids as humanly fucking possible. You'll have golfers out there and the fucking hole is like 4 miles away. Hole in one. Right on. But you know, like they had XFL, the XFL shit like that, and you know, I was really disappointed in that though, because like I was thinking it was gonna be like Gladiator with like lions coming up out of the fucking ground and flamethrowers out there and shit. But no, they just had like 5 extra yards or some shit like that. So I had an ex-girlfriend of me. We didn't get along. I mean, she was a really wonderful lady. Just wonderful to boot. On paper, Julian knows what I'm talking about. But she was really, really beautiful, really, really awesome chick. But we just didn't see eye to eye on everything. Like she'd get up in the morning and go to work, and I'd still be in bed, and she'd come home on a lunch break, and I'd be up. She's like, "Well, did you make the bed today, Tony?" I'm like, "Fuck yeah, made it my bitch." That's all I did with that fucker. And I have a bad foot. I got into a skiing accident years ago. I have to wear a brace sometimes and shit for my foot. And people say, "Oh, what's up with the fucking brace, man? What'd you do?" Well, I broke it off in someone's fucking ass, is what I did. Usually keeps them away from me, just a little bit, you know. I have a question. Do Hawaiian people like Hawaiian punch? Do Mexicans like Taco John's? I don't know, just wondering. And Boone always talks about wrestling. And like I saw there was a bunch of half-naked, greased-up dudes all over my Facebook yesterday. Because I'm guessing something happened. What happened? WrestleMania, all right, whatever the fuck that is. But no, dude, like when I was a kid, I used to make fun of the wrestling people. I'd be like, man, that's so fake. Fuck, that's fake, dude. You're so stupid for liking that because it's so fake. But what the wrestling people never did was ask me that one question. Well, what's your favorite show? Star Trek? Oh, fuck me. You know, that would have made me think about it a little bit more, you know? I wouldn't have, you know, I've learned that very late in life. It sucks. Yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah, my buddy calls me up a couple weeks ago and he says, "Hey, I'm dating this new chick. You gotta meet her. She's fucking hot as hell. She's a dime, man." I'm like, "All right, well, okay. You know, I'll fucking meet her." Sure. So I fucking meet this chick and but then, you know, we get done and he calls me up later. I was like, "What'd you think, man?" He's like, "She's fucking hot, isn't she?" I'm like, "You know, dude, she's, okay, here's what she is. She's the hottest girl in the trailer park." That's how hot she is. That's a whole category in itself. The hottest girl from the trailer park. And I deduced that because when we were sitting there having a conversation, she mentioned very casually that she's ambidextrous. And I said, "Oh, you know, can you like, you know, write with both hands?" She's like, "No, I can smoke a cigarette with both hands." That doesn't count, I don't think, you know, like, I can't jerk off with both hands, but I can definitely fucking smoke a cigarette with both hands. All right, next one. I'm at the fucking gas station one day, shortly after Hurricane Katrina, okay, shortly after that. And I go up to the counter, I order my pack of smokes, and there's a basket sitting there with blueberry muffins in it, and they're in packages, and it says, "New Orleans muffins." And I look at the cashier, and I was just like, "Well, at least you know they'll be moist." Oh man, he bitched me out. Next, there are 5 Bring It On movies. That's the joke. There's 5 of them. And I wonder if they like watch it, like cheerleaders watch that, like firefighters watch Backdraft and Ladder 49 and shit, you know? Also, adding an S at the end of people's names makes for a fun day most of the time. Spencer's Dobson, you know, John Boone's McNutt, you know, awesome, it's fun. Lamar's Marshall, you know, I don't know, I think it's fun. The adult equivalent to wearing your sunglasses at night is leaving your porch light on during the day. Yeah. My wife and I the other day, we were watching a bunch of like those crazy fucking YouTube videos that are like, you know, the top 10 craziest ways that people have died because of the internet. Shit like that. But then you kind of think, you know, life goals, you know? I don't want to end up on one of those lists when I die at all. You know, Tony, they ripped all of his limbs off, they replaced him with metal shunts, they hung him up and repeatedly raped and beat him until he died. I'm good. I don't need to have that, you know, going on. How I want to go out is like this. And this is the perfect setting, guys, okay? I'm sitting on the toilet, right?
Yeah.
Jessica Alba is riding me. I have a taco burger in one hand and a joint in the other, and the Bee Gees' Staying Alive is playing. That's how Tony wants to go, and I think that shouldn't be too hard to ask and too hard to, you know, accomplish in my life. Okay, I got a couple more things, okay? So here's the deal. We're gonna do a little game show now, okay? A little game show night, all right? So, please welcome Tony Tubes as our next contestant. Come on, give him a round of applause, Tony Tubes. All right, now Tony, this first question. Tell us what the answer is. Jonah Hill, Jimmy Kimmel, Drew Carey, and John Goodman. Who are actors that look like they're hungry, Bob? Correct! All right. Next, Kevin Bacon, Christian Slater, John Bernthal, and the kid who played McLovin. What is people that kind of resemble a penis, Bob? Correct! All right, correct. Ricky Martin, Lance Bass, Ellen Page, and Raven Simone. What is... I knew it all the time, Bob. Right on, you're correct. And the second to last question is Tila Tequila, Paris Hilton, Kim Kardashian, and Snooki. What is actresses who look like they're used up more than Frasier's dad's chair? Wrong, because none of those whores are actually actresses. And the last question, you can regain your points, Tony. If you answer this last question, it's a bonus question, and it might be a little tougher because you've already had this name. Drew Carey. Oh, fuck. I already had him. Fucking Drew Carey. I got it. What kind of gives off a little bit of a Jared Fogle vibe? Correct! All right. Awesome. Sweet. Sorry, I just wanted to do that. I thought it was funny. I wrote that while I was sitting in the bath the other day contemplating my own greatness. Now, and this is by popular demand. I was going to leave with that. This is. I actually had somebody request that I continue on with Tony Tubes reads track titles from Cannibal Corpse albums. Now, this one comes from the 2009 Cannibal Corpse album, Evisceration Plague. And the track listing goes, Priests of Sodom, Scalding Hail, To Decompose, A Cauldron of Hate, Beheading and Burning, Evidence in the Furnace, Carnivorous Swarm, Evisceration Plague, Shatter Their Bones, Carrion Sculpted Entity, I don't know what that means, Unnatural, and Skewered from Ear to Eye. Oh wait, hold on. There's a European edition bonus track too. Skull Fragment Armor. Unreleased song from the Wretched Spawn session. Thank you, I'm Tony Tubes.